Hey everyone, my name is Perry and welcome to the Cassette Phase, your home for 80s and 90s nostalgia. Today we're going to be talking about comic books, but not the superhero variety. No Spider-Man, Batman, or X-Men this time around. No, today we're going to be talking about comics based on cartoons. So if that sounds like fun to you, come hang out. Okay, so the first one we're going to be taking a look at here is, of course, the classic Jim Henson's Muppet Babies. This is on the Star Comics imprint from by Marvel, January. We'll find the year here in just a minute, but this is clearly a looks like a kind of an homage to Indiana Jones. As we know, the Muppet Babies cartoon did a lot of things like this, where they would put these characters into Star Wars situations or Indiana Jones situations, RoboCop, things like that. Take a quick look at the back cover. What do we have? Looks like a nice Care Bears ad. Pretty cool artwork on these old books. And here we see 1985 American Greetings. Looks like some Care Bears cousins there. Yeah, so let's take a quick thumb through. Now, one of the best parts about going through these old comic books are these ads. Take a look at this honeycomb ad. It looks like you could get a honeycomb box of cereal that had a back flap on it that you could open up and win big time prizes. For example, one of 10 Panasonic 40-inch big screen TVs with remote control, also VCRs, or one of 500 Panasonic FM stereo headphone radios. I'd be happy with any of those right now myself. Here we go with some great artwork, very reminiscent of the cartoon. That reminds me of the gag in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where Clark is up in the attic and he keeps stepping on the loose planks. Here we have another ad for Charleston Chew, Sugar Daddy, and Sugar Babies. I remember all of these. Watch is very similar to the one I'm wearing today. Cool prize. More story. It's a cool panel. And of course, more ads. Now, what 80s and 90s household did not have Nestle Quick on hand? And I remember this with the GoBots promo. Very cool. You could win a complete set. And I like how back in the day for these ads, they drew this. You know, an artist actually illustrated this out. They didn't just paste in photos of the toys themselves, which I think just gives it so much more character. Who doesn't like Fozzie? Here we have an ad for Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Shout out to the New 80s Revolution. Jason Knupp, he would certainly appreciate this ad. I'm sure he's seen it many times. But not just Rockin' Wrestling. This is an ad for the upcoming Saturday morning lineup on CBS. Dungeons and Dragons, CBS Story Break, Charlie Brown and Snoopy, Berenstain Bears. There it is with the AIN from 1985. Wuzzles, loved that show. And the Young Astronauts, I don't remember that one as much. And then of course, Muppet Babies and Monsters. This was the fall lineup starting on September 14th on CBS. How cool is that? This Star Comics imprint had so many great titles. I wasn't as familiar with this Top Dog, but there were so many good ones based on Saturday morning cartoons and after school cartoons. I would eventually love to collect the whole line. They're hard to track down though. And look at this spread. I know I said this wasn't going to be a video about superheroes, but there's Spidey himself next to Mr. T and the Smurfs. We've also got Gummy Bears, great show. Who didn't love Alvin and the Chipmunks? There's the animated Punky Brewster. Snorks there in the fishbowl. Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. And here's the NBC lineup. More Kermit as Indy, Indiana Jones. There's a cool ad, color your own Levi's poster. See, you can mail off for this kit. Everything here comes in it. 5 markers included, and you know those were great quality markers right there that they sent you. An ad for some glow-in-the-dark posters. Maybe more of a carryover from the 70s there. And this is just about going to wrap up Muppet Babies. Here are some of those Star Comics I was talking about. You got Fraggle Rock, Strawberry Shortcake, Thundercats, Heathcliff I loved, and then all of your superhero from Marvel. Don't remember Planet Terry. Oh, and there's the appearance of Nanny. Look at this fantastic holiday ad. Let our stars brighten your holidays. You've got Heathcliff, there's Wicket from the Ewoks. Looks like Strawberry Shortcake, Spider-Ham. Very cool. Only 50 cents per issue. And then the last ad, and look at this artwork. Lightning strikes in September. Sorry for the glare. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Kind of an obscure one there, but I do have vague memories of that show. All right, let's move on. Now this is He-Man and Masters of the Universe, also from Star Comics, issue 9, cover price $1. You got a good shot of Orko there on the front with Hordak. Great art. Let's check the back cover. Oh wow, we've got some Popples here. I'm not going to try to read that because I know I'll stumble all over my words here, but I do remember when, I mean, Popples were always cool to me, but I remember when they added these sports ones, because I think that we had the soccer ball one at our house. And they added like a rock and roll, rock star. All right, let's do a quick thumb through. So many of these comics had Flintstones, Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles ads. And they were almost like little tiny comic stories in themselves, which is very cool. Orko was always one of my favorite characters in this show. I know a lot of people thought he was annoying, but I remember I went as Orko for Halloween one year. Very cool ad for some Tomy racetracks. Hey kids, fly high with rainbow bubblegum and super bubble bubblegum. Go fly a kite. And there's the transformation to He-Man, depicted in comic book form. Pretty awesome. Now look, according to this ad, if you became an expert at model kits, you'd become the most popular guy in school. All right, so here we have the Galaxy Rangers on VHS, looks like, for $14.95, suggested retail price. I don't remember this at all, but the art looks really cool. If I ever found one of these tapes in a thrift store, I would definitely pick it up and check it out. An appearance of the Sorceress. That was always one of my favorite characters. Tila. And what do we have here? Mickey Mouse Club. Let Oreo cookies put you in the Mickey Mouse Club. Save $2 when you join. Looks like that's what you would receive. Pretty sweet. All right, now jumping ahead here, I see an ad for Tang. Everybody remember Tang? Be a big orange big shot with Tang. Looks like you can get a basketball hoop or a phone. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so I was always drawn to this. I don't remember it tasting that great, but hey, it was all right. It was no Kool-Aid. Robotech, role-playing game. Later in life, I kind of started watching some of that Robotech series. It's pretty cool. If you like Transformers and Voltron and things like that. Coming towards the end of Masters of the Universe here. A grab bag of savings. Look at these great characters. He-Man, we've got a Care Bear, Heathcliff, some of the Flintstone kids, Lion-O from Thundercats, we've got a Silverhawk and an Ewok. That is quite a grab bag. And wow, I remember these striped Chips Ahoy. I remember when they put these chocolate stripes on the chocolate chip cookies like this. Wow. Bet you bite a stripe. Not only bet you bite a chip, but I bet you bite a stripe as well. All right, let's finish up. We're going a little bit later here, probably 90s, with Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. This is issue number 1. The Exciting Origin Adventure. First Disney Comics issue. And there's the gang. Let's take a look at the back cover. Looks like a Disney ad. Watch weekdays. DuckTales and Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Those were great shows. I used to watch those right after school, along with Tailspin and Darkwing Duck, leading up to the latest possible minute before I had to leave to go to soccer practice. Check your local listings this fall. No year yet, but I'm guessing this is 1990. If I had to guess. Looks like we got a letters page on sale this month. And the story begins. These two always went on some really fun adventures. Now this is a cool ad. They're still out to get him. Look at that artwork. Dick Tracy versus the Underworld. Illustrated by Kyle Baker. And here we go. The most talked about prestige format miniseries of 1990 continues. I don't have any of those. You got your usual villain goons here. Some more Disney comics here. We got Goofy Adventures. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Love that. And then a picture of the issue that we're actually holding right now. I feel like these Disney afternoon cartoons always had great theme songs. You'd hear those things and they'd be stuck in your head the rest of the day. What do we have here? Roger Rabbit and Baby Herman. This is bringing back memories of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids VHS tape. I'm pretty sure there was a Roger Rabbit and Baby Herman cartoon at the beginning of that VHS tape. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that, but at least our copy had that. At last, set 6 of the Carl Barks library. As an adult, I've gone back and started reading some of these Carl Barks Disney comics because I heard that the DuckTales cartoon was loosely based on those. And those are actually really fun things to read. They still hold up really well story-wise. And they were really promoting the heck out of their own comics within these pages here. DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Donald Duck, Goofy, Uncle Scrooge, Mickey Mouse, and Roger Rabbit. This could be the start of something big. At last, all the ducks come home to roost, and the mice, and the dogs, and the chipmunks. That's a cool ad. The silhouettes of all the characters. I always liked Launchpad. The Fly, wasn't it Zipper? Is his name Zipper? I believe so. Looks like we're coming to the end of our adventure here. And that's it. And there we are. So tell me about your comic book memories. Did you have any comics based on your favorite Saturday morning cartoons or after school cartoons? Let me know. As always, guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me here in the den. Remember, relax, enjoy life, and be kind. We'll see you in the next one.